Okay, hello Miami. It is Wednesday, April 24th, 2019, and this is the Nothing's Going On show, episode 8. I'm your host, Rafa, and I'm here with the lovely Anna, panelist who has been missing for a little bit, but now she's here. It's funny because...
I'm back, hi.
Because now I've had each of the panel of the kind of permanent panel separately.
You know I'm competitive. Let's see who has the best show.
Right? Okay.
Let's see. Start. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Hi.
Hey. Okay, so first things first.
I'm joking.
Okay, let's chill out. That's the first thing. And the second thing is go to nothingsgoingon.com, subscribe to the show on iTunes and all that stuff, get the podcast, and you can listen to us anytime, listen to the whole show. Okay. First thing I wanted to talk about, the kind of off-the-cuff thing that we do every once in a while, is how much I have liked the Oh Miami Poetry Festival.
Good.
So for those who don't know, April is National Poetry Month, and we have this great organization here in Miami called Oh Miami, and they do a festival every year. Every day in April, they have an event.
Almost every day.
Almost every day. You look at the calendar, it's pretty much
almost every day. I don't know
Yeah.
why I'm being annoying about it, but it is almost every day.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And so I went to, so far, 2 events. I'll probably go to a third on Tuesday.
I know, I want to go to the one on Tuesday also.
Yeah.
And there's one on Friday I want to go to also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me just recap a little bit of what I like so much about what they're doing, and you can chime in, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So first, apart from the events, they try to do this programming that is like out in the street, kind of like a street team type of programming. And this year, they came up with this idea of fruit stickers, which is they printed. Actually, there's one right here for those on video.
We're not on video. I just checked.
Oh no,
No, that's what I was Is it on yours or nothing's going on?
it's on mine.
On yours?
Yeah, nothing.
Nope. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, hi. There's me.
Okay, you can
And you?
lower the volume, and then you can see the
Yes.
comments, and then you can respond to them if you want.
Great. It's one person in there, and it's Anna Clara Silva.
Nobody ever watches.
Hello.
But, that's how you gain traction. Anyway, they made these stickers. They are fruit stickers, okay? The type of stickers that's on the fruit at the supermarket. See that over there? And each one has a line from a poem. Something like, "If you are the warm water, then I am the land." So things like that. And then they encourage people to go to the supermarket and put these stickers on actual fruit so that random passerbys would encounter a poem or some poetry during this month. So that's one of the things they did. The other thing they did is they printed out these... You looking good?
Not really. That's the problem.
The other thing they did is they printed out these parking tickets with...
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
With poems on them. And they look just like Miami-Dade County parking tickets, and they would leave them on cars all throughout the city in different places. And so that's another way you might experience a poem this month. And it's like a kind of fun thing in the sense, well, not fun. For a second you panic, and then you see it, and then you realize, oh, I got a fake ticket. That's kind of cool.
Sweet. I like it.
So we went to this poetry reading, I think 2 weeks ago or so, or 2.5 weeks ago or something like that. It was in Little Havana. What's the place called?
Lifehouse.
Lifehouse.
Hotel.
Which is a hotel, like a little boutique hotel type of thing.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And we saw Dracula play there like the night before, like 2 nights before. And also really enjoyed that, honestly.
Which I mentioned
Yeah.
last time on the
Oh,
show.
you did?
Yeah,
Nice. I watched,
to
yeah.
to go to the show. And so if you've never had an experience with poetry, it's kind of like listening to a song or any other type of art form in the sense that when it hits hard. Like it hits you right in the gut, and you don't have to be, it's not so, I think people who are not into this type of thing think poetry and they think, oh, this is beyond me, or not beyond me, but like, it's just not my thing. I'm never going to be into that. But there's a lot of good, I will say, a lot of good poetry that isn't so hard to digest and hard to for it to really hit you. So when we went to that reading, I mean, my favorite, and maybe I'm biased, but it was Caroline's stuff.
No, me too. I told you. Me too.
She was she's somebody that Miami had actually done these workshops so that you could learn to do poetry, or learn these workshops so that you could, practice your poetry. And I went to one not knowing anything. Okay. I don't, and I fell in love with it. And then she read at this thing. She was awesome.
She's awesome. And it's poetry about something. It can be so simple. I think that's what people sometimes, I feel like, are afraid of in terms of access and how they can understand it. It can really, I mean, she wrote about, what was it? The last one that she read was so good. What was it about? I can't remember.
So it was about,
oh God, what was it? It's like in my mind.
It's like what is it? Like a guy who,
like something about John Mayer.
Yes, that's what it was.
Listen, it was awesome. It was funny. It was interesting. It told the story. It was awesome.
Oh, now I need to get a copy. I'm just like, my brain is not doing it right now. But you go to these things and it's just so great that they're on. The other, I think, what's the word? Prejudice that people have against poetry, I guess, is that it's for kids.
Is that a prejudice?
I suppose. I think people, whenever they think,
a thing?
I think people, when they think poetry, they think of kids doing poetry.
No, I don't think that at all.
You don't think so?
No, I don't agree. No.
Like
I think when people think poetry, they think people sitting around in a circle snapping and in black berets. And so they're like, that's boring. That's not for me. I don't think they think children.
No, I think...
Not in my opinion.
The people who aren't into the arts think, they teach poetry in school, and that's the extent of writing a rhyming poem or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't...
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Yeah, that's like a song, but sure.
Is it a song? It's a poem.
Is it?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, what you are. I don't even know. I recited it as a poem in third grade at my talent show. So I guess you can sing it, but whatever. You can also sing "The Girl from Ipanema." That's a poem.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
It's funny how a lot of people think that
Vinicius Moraes is a poet.
That rap songs are poetry, but they're really just raps. They're not poetry. And lyrics aren't always poetry, even though they can be poetic.
But yes, I agree with you. Yeah. But a lot of the Brazilian bossa nova songs started off as published poetry and became songs.
Oh, I didn't know that. They just took them and put music to them. Cool. So this organization, I mean, if you haven't been to one, it's hard for me to convey just in talking to you about how good these events can be. I
once won the contest. I entered a haiku contest at the Kampong like 2 years ago with Miami and won first place. And I am no poet. So just so you see.
How did that event go?
It was awesome.
What was it?
It was at the Kampong, which was already cool. I think I wanted to go. I don't know if that was my first year or second year participating in Miami stuff. But as soon as you open that door, you're comfy and you
Kampong's in the Grove on 37th.
Beautiful land and whatever. And they had, I guess, Deering's granddaughter or something like that lives in Japan and is a haiku master.
Oh.
So they flew her here, or I don't know if they flew her. Maybe she was here. I don't know. Let's not assume things. And she gave a lecture on haikus because we think it's 575, right?
Yeah.
But really, there are other elements that are much more important than that. And really, you can't even do 575 because if it's actually in Japanese, the syllables don't even correspond with our syllables. So that whole notion is false.
Okay.
So whatever. So we learned what a Kampong. We learned what a haiku is. And she showed slides and whatever. She read some of her stuff. But then at the end, they said, take about half an hour. Oh, there was food and drinks also. But take about half an hour, go on the land, get inspired, go walk around, and then submit your haikus. And there's 100 people, or so, I don't even know how many people, but a lot of people were there. And we'll have the top 10 people read their haikus. So I guess you submit it. We hung out, drank, and ate some more. The team in the back read them, and
how many people?
How many people in the whole event?
That wrote haikus?
A lot, because basically almost everybody that was there stayed for that portion, and so then I saw a lot of people with paper and pen, I'm just trying to make it seem like there are a lot of people because I won first place.
I think there were.
There actually were. And then, so they were reading it from 10 to number 1 and, in order, and they each got little prizes that this lady brought back from Japan. And I'm telling you, like, each one that she reads, I'm like, well, that's strange that she hasn't read mine yet. I thought I did a pretty good job. And then she gets the top 3, and I'm like, well, no, like, I can't get top 3. Like, that's too much. Like, don't be cocky, But then I was number 1. And I got up and I read it, and I had no friends there. It was just me. So I had no one to, like, high five when I got off the stage. But people looked at me and shook my hand. It was nice.
Do you remember the poem?
I do.
Oh.
Through falling leaves, the water calls, then night.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I read it on the right radio.
Yeah.
I remember my haiku. But so that's another O Miami event. Another one was Foggy Windows at the Villain Theater in Little Haiti. And they had this poet he's like from Oklahoma. I don't want to say that. That's horrible. I don't really know where he's from. I fell in love with his stuff. He's more of like a lyric essayist and amazing work. And he just published this really cool book. Let me actually give the info since I have my phone here because he's incredible. I'm leaving the live chat. So,
don't worry.
Oh man, what is his name? He has some crazy cool last name, so it's then like hard to find. God, how do I not know his name? Oh, Hanif. He's amazing. He's from Ohio, and his latest book, I think, got like New York Times bestseller list already. Go Ahead in the Rain: Notes to a Tribe Called Quest. I only started reading it recently, like just a few pages in, but he goes into like the history of hip hop and then into like this whole Tribe Called Quest thing, but in this beautiful way. It's not particularly poetry, but it's also not normally formed these sentences. It's super lyrical. So amazing. Hanif Abdurraqib. Oh my God, I want to say it correctly. I hate mispronouncing names. Hanif Abdurraqib.
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Please do, because he's incredible and he participated. So he read from another book of his, I forget what it's called, and I love it and I have it. He read, and then another woman read, right? And this is all at the Villain Theater. I'm drinking wine. There's little tables, da-da-da. And then I was there, like, judging which one I liked best, and I won't mention it, even though you could probably guess. But I was like, oh, wow, this guy and this girl, like, they're so different, their styles are so different. And it ends up, at the end, they're like, well, we met on Instagram or some shit like that, and we're in love, and da-da-da. And now they're together, and like I see them on Instagram now, and they're like in love and whatever. And it's so funny to think that their styles were so different. I'm like, oh God, they're completely different people. How are they even here reading on the stage together?
Oh wow!
And then the whole joke, or not joke, but the whole like, ta-da, what is it called?
Rim shot.
Yeah, whatever. The whole thing was that they were a couple, and it was lovely. And then they did a slow dance. They cleared out the tables and did like a cafeteria, like 8th grade style slow dance at the Villain Theater. Like that was part of it. It was like old, nice slow music, and you ask someone to dance. And
Did you dance?
No, I didn't have dinner that night, and I had like 2 or 3 wines, and I was like wanting to ask someone to dance, but I made myself leave before that happened.
Oh,
and looking back, that was a dumb move. I was just feeling self-conscious that night.
Well, let me tell you about an O Miami event I went to this week.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday. I saw it, I don't know, I saw it on Instagram or something like that. There's so many of them, and it just caught my eye that Monday. That Sun and Sons, which is a kind of design / branding, I don't know what to call them. They're people who do creative work for other people.
Okay.
And they had made a kind of... they had made a zine where they had asked a poet to write a couple verses, I suppose, and then an artist to illustrate that.
Ooh.
Then the next poet would just look at the art and write some more. Then the
like
next
a game
person,
of telephone. Is that why?
Exactly.
Yes, nice.
Like
I like that.
like a yeah, exactly.
Game of telephone.
Like a game of telephone /
Nice.
like Beautiful Corpse or whatever. What is it called? It's not
Telephone.
Beautiful Corpse. where you do like the 3 different parts.
I don't know that game.
Yeah,
I
you
only
do.
know
It's like an
telephone.
art thing. It's like a.
It's not a game with
it's not
people though.
beautiful.
It's like a thing that's on
I'm
a
an idiot.
paper and you
Yes.
or a magnets
Yeah.
or a coloring book.
Well, anyway.
Yes.
You get the gist because I
Yes.
just told you exactly what it was. Okay. And so at the event,
Or like a puzzle.
which was at Gramps on Monday, like at happy hour.
Nice.
They broke us up into groups and they gave us all a little notebook
Nice.
and we would either draw or write something off a lead that they put in, and then the next person would take their thing on that, right? And so I get there, and I invited actually Andy to come with me,
And he said yes?
and he said yes.
Oh, what?
Yeah, which is a friend of ours who, I mean, he's
Doesn't-
fine going,
doesn't
but
say yes, and I'm joking.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't come out to a lot of these things. So it was nice to have him there.
Did he like it?
He did like it. It was perfect time because it was like right after work and it didn't last too long. And at the same time, he's not bad at writing off the cuff. So he started writing
He's witty.
poetry and he likes rhyming poems and he would write a good amount for each thing.
What? Nice.
And we were at the table with this guy named Aaron who he said
Thurlow?
he thought he knew me from somewhere.
Was he blonde with wide blue eyes? Or wide eyes?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No, he was
There's
like
only
a
one Aaron in Miami. That's why.
dirty blonde with
Dirty blonde.
little
Freckles.
with the goatee or a
He
beard.
shaved his beard last time I saw him, so I
Oh.
don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway.
No,
And that he would have known you because of stuff that I've done, and like maybe like I've seen you around before. That's why.
I don't know. He said, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And I'm looking at him like I don't know. I'm not sure. He was there. Andy, Grant.
Oh,
and-
Grant went?
Yeah, and Gabriel from Jacuzzi Boys was at our table too.
Nice.
And he was drawing,
Duh.
right? Well, not always because if you got lyrics,
Oh,
you.
someone says hello. This is so exciting. Hello, 27th Ave.
Hey
What's
yo.
up?
Oh, dude, it's Junior. What's up, Junior?
Oh, hi, Junior. Do I know him?
I do. Yeah.
Oh. Oh my God, I remember. Is he a Rat Radio fan?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, well,
Anyway.
what's up, Junior?
Going off the cuff there.
Yes.
So we're in this little rotation. You either, if you get a drawing, you write, and if you get a writing prompt,
Cool.
you draw, right?
Okay.
And the first one, it goes around, and I don't know, everything was a little sloppy. But by
Okay.
the second one, everybody, and there was only 2, everybody kind of
Okay.
tightened up,
Cool.
and yeah. The only thing is that, and there was some nice little work that came out of it. One about a hobo that kind of seemed kind of solid by the end.
Okay.
And then, to my disappointment, they took all the little books back, so I didn't get to keep
Oh,
it.
and usually they give out so many things to like keep, and you have my tote, by the way.
The ones, yes, your Oh Miami tote.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need that back, please.
So
I was thinking about that the other day. I was sitting at home thinking about how you kept my tote.
I took it to the beach,
Mine or yours?
both, so I could give you yours.
on Easter.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
ditched the beach.
Oh
that
Miami is great. I'm gonna read you one poem that in this Oh Miami workshop.
day. That you wrote?
No,
Oh, come on! You asked me to write one, and you didn't write
no,
one.
I told you to bring one and
And I
not
said-
to. And you said, "Do you want me to write one?" I'm like, "No, don't write one like in
I
2
thought
hours."
you said write one, and that's why I was like, hell no.
I was like, "Short. That's too short notice."
Oh
But
well,
you-
I brought one of mine anyway.
Exactly. So this is during the workshop. We read different poems at some points, and this one, not this one exactly, one from this chapbook, like I really liked. It's not this one exactly, but I liked it enough to buy the chapbook. And the
Oh, someone else joined. I'm sorry, I'll stop doing that. Oh, Big Lou, what's up? And Abad. Hey guys, how you doing?
we got some fans. All right.
Got lots of fans.
So the poet is Talon Tahajian, and the chapbook is called The Smallest Thing on Earth. And she is a poet from, I think, New York or something like that. Anyway, the poem, I don't know what they're commenting, but stop looking at
They're
it.
not. I'm just posing. It's absurd. I shouldn't be allowed on the live chat.
Stop looking at it. Okay. It's called Different Cities Glow, Different Colors in the Rain.
Ooh, okay, I like that already.
Throwing up in bathroom stalls. My leather jacket and cold February wind. Shades of black so dark they're purple. Cities glow different colors in the dark. Night thunderstorms. Ghosts saying, look back, come home. The DJ is still smiling. An auditorium full of boys. There's a short list of people I'll love forever. When they all marry each other, I'll cry for a long time. Somewhere there's a river with my body in it. It glows the color of New York at night, that blushing red. It will rock golden as London 3 a.m. rain. All those lamps, the sewage, the clubbing, my body.
I like it. But what I like even more is what's funny, that everybody has a poetry voice or tone, and yours is very particular.
Well, I didn't practice, so I had to read it. I had to like scan the line.
No. That is your poetry voice.
Okay.
I've heard you read poetry. That is your poetry voice, and there's no way around it, and that's just yours. Mine is probably so absurd also, you know? But it's funny, like, remember we went to the reading, that one lady, I felt bad. I left and went to the bathroom in the middle of it because I couldn't hear what she said, because she'd start off strong, but then she would go into this abyss where you couldn't hear anything at all.
It went
and it was
exactly like that.
And then the other guy is like this, and my father struck down and came to the room, and da-da-da. Sorry, like so many people are listening. Anyway, so that was the other guy who writes for the New Yorker and is amazing and whatever, and his poetry was amazing.
Yeah.
But
I like the one about the vine.
Style.
Anyway, let's not get too into that because the listeners don't know what we're talking about.
But I think they appreciate my
your comment on the reading voice, definitely.
No, also my oh man, I can't even think. I'm tired. My interpretations of different people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. On the voices. And she was so like that. Like she started strong.
Yours is like this happened. And then that happened, and then this and that, and this and that.
I guess I don't.
It's like depressing.
I don't want to.
It's depressing.
It's funny because I don't want to like let my. I guess I don't want to let my tone.
Like your tone does affect that.
Yeah,
that is a tone, and it affects it.
I guess
it's very you. It's very you.
I guess it does.
I wonder if I read the same poem, and it's too long, so we won't bother our listeners. But we should do two readings of the same poem to see where it goes. I wonder what my voice is. I don't know. My tone. Anyway,
Oh Miami Poetry Festival. I love you. Awesome. Great organization. Please go to omiami.org. There's still a couple events left, and you should go to one of them. It really brings something awesome to Miami. Okay, it is Wednesday, April 24th, 2019. This is Nothing's Going On, episode 8. We're talking about Miami here on Jolt Radio. Thank you very much for having us.
Yes. Hi. Thank you.
Follow us at nothingsgoingon.com. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. All right, let's get right into what is going on in Miami this month. Nothing really.
Really? Oh, actually nothing.
No, I've got a bunch of little things, but none of them are real meat and potatoes type of stories.
Sure.
But we'll start with something light.
Sure.
Cureleaf, Miami's first drive-thru dispensary, opened up. It's on 5400 Northwest 72nd Avenue, just outside Doral.
Okay.
And this is hot.
You have to drive all the way there?
Well, to go in the drive-thru. If you don't want to get out of your car, you got to drive all the way over there. But you don't have to get out of your car.
That's hilarious.
And this is just after Florida has finally allowed smokable medical marijuana.
I still don't get the whole thing. I don't know anybody who has a card. I don't know anybody who is using this.
I do.
Don't.
I met somebody who had the card. You know this person. I think you've met them.
Let's give their name on the air. I'm joking.
Nah, don't worry about the name. But they got the card, and that they were still. This was before that you could smoke it. So they got the little pen and whatever.
The oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, actually, I do know someone that has it, and it's legit. Because
they need it.
They were sick before.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. But. Yeah, I just don't know. I thought everybody was going to, be carrying the card and smoking weed all over the place. Well, I guess that's not the thing.
The reason people aren't carrying the card is because it's going to cost you, $250 for for a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost you, and then you're going to
$250 for like an O or whatever weed is. I don't even know.
Exactly. So the only reason you do it is because of the convenience of the drive-through afterwards, I suppose. So it's like a one-time $250 fee. Anyway,
so you're not like arrested as you're capping.
Yes, that too. I guess you get that.
That's like the biggest.
Yeah, you get that benefit too. That if you get in trouble, you can just pull out your little green card and
say, LOL.
And say, here's my thing. So the place is called Curaleaf. It's a drive-through dispensary. And you can buy weed there in Doral. There's dispensaries near here in Miami too.
I've seen them. I still don't know how it works. I don't know why.
You just got to get your prescription. At one point, it'll make sense, but right now, I think people who, didn't we hear about a delivery service that sends you a menu and all this stuff like that too?
I've never heard of that.
Oh, okay.
Seriously.
Anyway.
But are there doctors out there signing these things?
Oh yeah, definitely. And for like $200, $250, you just get this thing. You tell them I'm anxious because I can't smoke weed, and you get going.
That's funny. I feel weird about it. I don't know why. I think it's good that it's there. I just don't.
It's like the intermediary step. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I think Florida will be like the last one to, well, not the last one, but the last of the big states to make any moves towards making it legal. Cool.
Yeah. Whatever. Let's go to Doral. I'm joking. I don't even.
I don't have the thing. All right.
So that's what's going on in Miami?
Yeah.
A drive-through weed place opened up in Doral?
Yeah.
Cool.
You want to hear something more substantial? Just a little bit more substantial.
Sure.
I kind of wish Artie was here to talk about this, but he is sick today, so he couldn't make it. But do you know what the underline is? Well,
yes.
You know what the high line is, right?
Yes.
Of course you do.
Yes.
So the high line...
I was actually on it a week ago.
Okay. So in New York City, they took this kind of retired high subway train tracks, and they converted it into a park. Okay, so it's like a big walkway, and you're above ground, and it's really nice. So then Miami, late to the game, they decide they're gonna do, well, I shouldn't put it that way, but anyway, somebody decides, hey, we should do an underline, which is under the metro rail
on US 1.
On US 1,
along US 1.
Yeah, let's put a nice park that goes all the way down to, I don't know, Dadeland or whatever, wherever the metro rail stops. I guess.
I actually don't know where it stops. That's a good question.
So it goes from Brickell all the way to, I think, Dadeland Station.
Dadeland Station is the last stop. Yeah, because then all those highways start, and then there's no.
Yeah.
That's funny. I've never thought about it. I've just thought like US 1 has the metro rail. Which, by the way, Miami, last year I think it was, printed poetry on all the tickets that people would buy.
Oh, really?
To get into the
good.
metros. Yeah. And in different languages, like in Creole, Spanish, and English. Yeah.
So under the metro rail, they're gonna build out these parks.
We have so many more guests. I'm sorry. Hello, guys. We have Primo in the house, and we have someone called Javi Ruiz 0208, a.k.a. Murder.
So the underline is the little park. They're going to flesh out these little parks under the metro rail.
That's great. When does it start? They've been talking about it forever. When does it start?
So underline already started in Brickell. The Brickell metro rails. They've already started putting stuff there to make it nice.
They've done a lot of like public art projects throughout US 1 and stuff, but
So now there's another place that they want to develop something like this, and I think it's actually almost better because under the metro rail next to US 1, it seems
they've made it prettier over the years. Yeah. Anyway, they put that like basically a bike or a jogging trail. At least it's prettier than it used to be. But what? Where is it? Where's the place?
So on Ludlam.
Okay.
Really about 69th.
Yes.
Between like 69th and 70th.
Okay.
There is an old railroad corridor.
There is?
Yes. And it's just totally empty.
Okay.
And so they've decided, let's, develop this into a Ludlam Trail that they're calling it.
Okay.
They broke ground.
But it's only one, like a station? An old station?
No. It's a whole, it goes all the way. Okay, so it's between 69th and 70th Streets.
Yes.
Going west.
Okay.
Like between those two, there's a rail corridor.
Okay.
And it goes all the way from Blue Lagoon.
Okay.
All the way to Dadeland.
Okay.
It's just a one straight shot, like railroad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I don't know.
So you got to see the renderings, but basically they were going to break ground last month. I haven't checked if they actually started yet, but the first thing is like a kind of park / little development / thing there.
Which one was it in the books first? The Underline or this thing or the Ludlam Rail?
The Ludlam Trail. Was after the Underline, but
and the Underline still didn't start.
Yes, but the Underline has started, but slow.
That's right.
Very slow.
Listen, I am all over Miami all day long. I drive everywhere. If I haven't seen it start, that means a lot of people have not seen it start. Okay,
well, the idea is sound, and
believe me, I know a lot about it because I see Christina Mass every 3 months, and she's like a big philanthropist and whatever, and talks about the Underline. Has been talking about the Underline forever, and I just haven't seen it start. I'm sorry. US 1 is where it needs to be, not Brickell.
Right.
They should have started US 1 where people would have seen it. I don't know.
I wondered.
I don't know why that would be the thing. And as nice as that sounds, the Ludlam Trail, US 1 is like the main vein of Miami.
Yes, that's
it's
true
like,
too.
Let's,
get it going there. But that's not where the people are driving past it, but they're not living right next to it.
But people are going on it and on the metro and shit. It connects lots of neighborhoods.
You know what I don't have here that will connect Brickell through the Underline to 27th.
What?
Is they're doing a big development.
What is that?
At the 27th Street Metro Rail Station.
At Vizcaya? No, that's not 27th Street.
No, 27th, like in front of Shell Lumber.
You know what that's in front of? That's in front of the Pollo Tropical.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, but on the other side.
I know. I'm just playing.
So they're doing a giant, like 30-story building or more.
Are?
Yeah, and then another building, all residential and shopping, right there, pasted to the Metro Rail.
Okay.
And the idea is that
people that live there just go right onto the Metro Rail.
So Miami-Dade realized with developers, they're also doing one in Dadeland, that we should be building neighborhoods around the Metro Rail stations, because that way you get people to go right into the Metro Rail and go wherever they're going.
Miami is super spread out, and that's the way that the city works. They're going to build neighborhoods around that now.
Well, just big developments. Yeah.
Well, guess who doesn't want to live there? Me. Thank you. Next. And I used to take the Metro. I would take the Metro Rail to Gulliver, cross US 1 with my 6 textbooks in my bag. Okay? Almost got run over. Okay? Walk through the Toys R Us in that lake where someone died and the body was found, or that little river behind Tony Roma's. Okay? Past the football field. Okay? And then someone would pick me up at the Vizcaya station.
Nice.
Yeah, later when I'd go home. But then I got a car.
Yeah, but
before I got a car, I did that.
But for a lot of people, this will make sense. They'll take the Metro Rail to downtown or whatever, and then the
Metro Rail makes sense. It's just I'm talking about building a building connected to it and shit. Like if I want to go live in a city that does that, I'll move to Chicago. I don't know. Miami. I don't know.
I'm optimistic.
Miami.
I like the idea. I kind of like the idea.
Would you live out there?
No,
exactly.
But if somebody's living there, look, if they're going to build buildings, put them close to the public transport. You know what I mean?
But then where else do you? I mean, like you're going to go from home to, I guess downtown.
Downtown is really the main thing.
Fine.
Brickell. You get on Brickell and you go to.
I don't want to hang out in Brickell anyway.
You go to Brickell and you go to the Metro mover. All right.
I just think it's funny when people are like, "Oh, I can get to wherever," I guess this is what they're trying to fix. But like, you want to go somewhere or to someone's house, and you take the Metro Rail all the way to 32nd Street, but then your friend lives in the Grove. You have to like wait for the bus forever or walk in the heat forever to go to your friend's house.
Yes, well, that's the problem now.
So but what? You're gonna make all your friends live on the Metro Rail station.
Somebody's friends are gonna live there, and
Not mine. Not mine. Okay, not mine. And no one else that I know. But whatever. Fine, the new generation. Okay, next.
Oh man, that was rough, dude. Oh god. Okay.
Next. Do you miss Jonathan now?
Well, talking about rents.
Oh, we are talking about rent?
Well, you're talking about places to live.
Sure.
I will tell you, a study came out
That nobody can afford their rent in Miami.
out of FIU that 60% of employed adults spend more than 30% on housing.
Yes.
53%, so more than half people, spend 35% more on housing. It's considered rent burden by what is statistics for what rent should cost.
Yes.
And then it says also that low-income service workers make up more than half of all workers in Miami-Dade County. It's a big problem. We've talked about rents before. It is what it is. Ooh, we are lagging. Okay, there we go. You have any comments? The only
Not
comment
really.
I have is
It's not new news.
build more. They got to build more. And I know you don't like it. I know you're not a fan of Miami becoming like going vertical, but that really is the only solution. You can't just be a person who says.
But you're
"This
building
is-"
more, and people from outside the city are coming in and taking these freaking living this life or whatever. And it's not going to solve like people that live here being able to. Yeah.
Well, the idea, I guess the idea is they are already doing that.
Okay.
And so if you keep
Oh.
building and keep building, at some point you've saturated the thing for tall buildings, and then you don't agree? You don't like it?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
That's my opinion. I just don't like it.
Things, I mean,
I also don't know if that really works as the solution, or we're going to be stuck with a bunch of buildings with people still paying high rent. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know. I guess we'll see in 10 years. Or
I
something.
mean, the other solutions are just.
But we've also seen the past 10 years, like all these buildings go up and rent went up. I don't know.
You'll see in 2 years when
Okay.
there's already a slowdown in the real estate market. And when that Miami World Center thing comes online, and there's like 5,000 new units,
Yeah.
and Coral Gables is also building something ridiculous of like a couple thousand new units. When all those things show up and they are, available,
Well,
there's not going to be enough people to fill them up.
that's what I was going to say. Remember the ghost buildings
Ghost
in
building.
in Brickell and downtown?
So we've kind of solved that problem, not completely, but they did pass a law. It had to be in Washington because they would never pass it here. That if you buy a place worth more than $1 million,
They passed it in New York and Miami.
yeah, in New York and Miami,
They passed it here. Yeah.
yeah, in New York it was $3 million, but in here it was $1 million. You have to disclose who the buyer is, so you can't do it through a company. And apparently, I think a third of all apartments were being bought that way, not disclosing who the buyer was. And so it really made a dent in that kind of foreign money.
But how does that affect the low income people that you're talking about?
So the idea, the problem with having units that people are buying and then not renting is that there's a bunch of units created and then they're not renting them. So rents, there's scarcity and rents still go up.
Scarcity.
Yeah.
Scarcity?
So then,
I'm just making fun.
if you build enough buildings and you build enough units, eventually, even if they're all luxury units, eventually the old luxury is not as luxurious as the new luxury, and those units go down, and it just kind of.
I don't know. I
affect
think
like
you
that.
sound very convinced of a thing that we don't really know yet, and I don't really know. I don't agree.
Do you think there's any way to
Next.
fix rents?
I don't know. I'm not. I work in the arts. I don't know. I'm a book editor. I don't have those answers for you. I could give you my opinion. Is what a shame. That's it. Sorry.
Okay. Do you want to go into your field of expertise?
It depends. What's your question?
How was Beatriz Gonzalez at PAMM?
The lecture was really good because then I went yesterday and looked at the artwork and knew exactly what I was looking at because she talked about not each of the pieces, but she gave a very firsthand, obviously it's her work.
Can you
What?
Can you give us a quick short bio of Beatriz Gonzalez, Colombian artist?
Colombian artist. She's probably in her 80s at this point, but she started painting out of chance and ended up going to art school and was doing a lot of stuff that we could look at it and think, oh, pop, and she was influenced by pop art and whatever. But she really, the way she said it was that she wasn't really in tune with what was going on in pop at the time. And the first time she did see like a Warhol or whatever, she had already developed these ideas. I think it was just this media
frenzy that was going on
anyway, but
in the 60s,
yeah, and coincidentally she had studied a bunch of like abstract expressionism, so her use of color with those things and like reproducing images from the newspaper was because of that, not because of pop art. And I thought that was interesting.
Cool.
And then like reproduction of using crappy materials to produce like furniture and whatever, like that canvas that she did with the bed, it's only because she had already like made the canvas and then saw that bed on the street being sold, and it's like crappy chemically made fake wood.
Yeah.
And it was the same dimensions as the canvas, so she just like put it in there. So it's this idea of like reproducing a reproduction of these posters and then reproduce and an image and then like the reproduction of fake wood or whatever. So yeah, I thought it was interesting that it was happening simultaneously and the styles developed in a similar way.
So she has a retrospective right now at the PAMM, and it has a lot of good work.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It has a lot of strong work.
Well, it has like all her work, basically.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny
Or a lot
because
of
I
her
saw it in Madrid
The same exhibition?
a couple months ago. I don't
the
know.
Reina Sofia?
I don't know if it would. Yes, I saw it at the Reina Sofia. I don't know if it was the same exhibition because I know I saw different pieces. And
I remember they mentioned something about it, but I don't know if it came from there or not.
and the room was bigger, or the rooms.
PAMM's
it
small.
was yeah. So I'll say this. First, she has these that you were saying. She takes this old furniture, but it's crappy old furniture that looks like nice furniture because that was what was being mass produced back then in Colombia. And she paints on top of it portraits of aristocracy, let's say. Was that what you kind of get at? Some of them.
Yeah, there was a series like that,
Which was really cool.
Yeah.
Then she gets into this kind of political art later that's really cool that I really liked. But
go ahead.
I was going to comment on in the 90s and all through and almost to today, which for her would have been late in her career. Or late, I mean, like she's already an artist. She's already,
Yeah.
I really, really, really liked the ones of the tragedy of the drug war.
Okay.
You know which ones I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
of
That they're
course.
dark. They have these teals that are really bright and that are those
They're awesome.
are awesome.
Yes.
And when I saw them in Madrid, they were in a room that was painted kind of a dark velvet color.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and they really contrasted with everything.
I like that.
And here they're not presented as such, but
No.
you still get
Those are really cool.
vivid, cool colors. And I really thought those pieces were,
They
just
are really
awesome.
cool.
So anyway, I would suggest you go see this. The PAMM is free on some Thursdays. Great institution that we
Really
have here.
expensive otherwise.
I mean, it's $16 plus the parking
Isn't it
situation.
18?
It's
Is it
18 now?
No, I don't know.
16.
16? Oh, I don't know. I've never paid
Yeah.
because I've always been a member, which is worth it.
Yeah, because you go
Because if you
3
go twice
times.
and a half, it's like worth it. So.
Do you know that I sent the membership manager
An email about the parking?
an email about the parking?
Did they answer you?
No, because I wrote in the email, there's no need to reply. This
Oh,
is
you
just
should
a
have.
thing."
No, we want a reply.
So let me tell you guys what is going on with the PAMM parking. When PAMM first opened, parking was free for everybody,
No,
for members.
something.
Okay? Then when the Frost Museum opened, they decided, oh, we can't give free parking because a lot of people want to park at the Frost. Okay, great, but it's $8 an hour. $8 an hour
That's
to
absurd.
park.
It's absurd.
It's ridiculous. So we go So the membership manager is always sending these emails trying to get you to renew your membership, and they give you these perks that are like, okay, if you renew right now,
You get 2 free months.
you get 2 free months.
F that. That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense, especially if you're...
A year, you renew
No.
for a year. You're doing it for every year. I don't need a free month.
No,
I'm going to renew next year
You're
too.
Like, yeah, exactly. It doesn't
Give me
make
a
sense.
real
It doesn't make
perk.
sense. Give me a
And the real perk should be free parking.
or like $2 parking, $2
at least
an hour.
at certain times. Whenever I go, the parking lot is empty. Why is there not like a matinee parking time?
good.
You
yeah,
know,
I agree.
where I don't have to pay
I
anything.
agree. I went the other day during the day on a Tuesday. Give me some free parking.
Yeah, exactly.
The funny part is that they always ask you like, "Oh, you want to validate your parking?" I'm like, "No, bitch. I parked 2 blocks away and walked here in the rain because your fucking parking's too expensive."
So
No, thank you.
the other day when I went, and you were there,
Yeah,
I didn't go to the lecture, so
Yeah.
I knew I was going to be.
that was a mistake, by the way.
I went I knew I was going to be for an hour, so I went and parked in the parking lot
Oh, you
because
did?
now Miami City parking is like $3.75 an hour.
For you. I shouldn't say this on the show. They're going to look into my records and my name. But I don't know what happened there. You got screwed.
We talked about this like on the first show that parking
But
rates
like
in Miami
mine
were
never
going
went up.
but-
Mine are still old school prices.
But Anna gets a discount.
I'm
for some
grandfathered
reason.
in. I don't know. I'm telling you, I drive around Miami all day long, parking everywhere. I'm telling you, like the city feels me, and they gave me old pricing, old parking prices.
All right. Well, anyway, go check out that show
I agree. Go check out that show. It's good.
at the PAMM.
And it's nice to see someone like that. Oh, I thought it was nice. That was nice. Oh, there's a lecture on Saturday that I think might be good too. But whatever, we're not on the calendar yet.
Okay, it is Wednesday, April 24th, 2019. This is Nothing's Going On in Miami, episode 8. I'm your host, Rafa. I am here with Anna,
Hi.
and we are getting to openings and closings.
Oh, what closed?
What's closing?
Oh no.
Wynwood Yard is finally closing
Okay, we knew.
next week.
Yeah.
They are going to have a little party called Yard Fest, 3 days, and that takes us right into calendar.
Okay.
But yeah, Wynwood Yard is closing.
Yeah.
Big party. Do you think you'll go?
No. I
Why?
like Wynwood Yard when there's not that many people.
You like to go to eat there.
I like to eat delables by myself quietly.
I wonder what's going to happen to Delables. I
Gee,
haven't heard
well,
anything.
they're doing the Doral Wynwood Yard. Wynwood Yard. The Doral Yard. I think Delables along with it.
And that's it? That's it for Delables in Miami?
I don't know. I'm going to talk to Adela because I freaking love that shit.
Right? They need to open a little shack somewhere.
In the Key.
It would probably kill there.
It would. I mean, I just really love Delabole, but yeah. No, I don't like when it's too packed, and I don't like it, honestly.
Yeah.
Very honestly. But I do like it when it's calm. I don't know.
All right.
With like some music.
So you're not for the fest, but you'll go and eat a Delabole before it closes.
Yes, I will eat at Delabole. I was actually thinking every day now, every single day that passes, I'm like, should I pass by Delabole before it closes?
You probably should.
Yeah, I probably should.
All
What
right.
else is opening and closing?
That's it. That's all I have on openings and closings. I'm sure a lot of things are opening and closing across
I
Miami.
read about an opening of a new cafe, like coffee shop in the Gables. I get these weird emails.
Oh.
I didn't sign up. Prism Group and culture covered culture, some bullshit that I don't know who signed me up or how I got on there. But I keep it because just in case I see an opening or closing like this, fucking like this show. And like, fuck, I'm sorry, I keep on making noise. But yeah, some cafes opening in the Gables. Oh, there is a closing. I am sad to report that Galleria in downtown closed, and I loved it.
What was Galleria?
It was that is weird that you don't know. It's a coffee shop that had everything vegan, which I don't even care, but it was really tasty. And they had something called the heladito. It was like a cortadito with like an ice cream scoop in there or something like that. It was so delicious. Everything was great there. The guy was cool, but he closed up shop like 2 weeks ago and like sold all the stuff on Instagram.
No way. And did it say anything? Any reason?
He said that it was just like not profitable enough, and you know he's glad he tried it. And I'm really sad. And this everybody that went loved it. It was a little. They sold local stuff, like local pottery. My pottery teacher, Cassandra, she sold some of her pottery there. This girl that sells like oils and stuff. I forgot what Alma Aromatherapy was selling stuff there. Everything about it was cool. It looked like it was the 80s, and he did like this cool neon lighting and like white tile, like very like lined like grid.
Okay.
You know, you felt like you were Zach Morris or something, like walking in there, and it was so good. The quality of the food and the coffees and the teas were incredible, and I'm so sad, to be honest. So sad closing.
Okay, that's a good one. Well, that and the Wynwood Yard. That's it for this.
There's another opening in the Grove, a place called Chugs. You know Michael Beltran? He's a chef. He's a chef for Ariete and like other stuff.
Oh, I don't.
So he opened like his own thing of Cuban food, and it looks incredible. Like, he's awesome, and this place looks good. I haven't tried it yet.
Where in the Grove?
Where a place that closed recently. It was called Bookshop Cafe or something like that. Where Akashi used to be. Where before Akashi it was Joe's. When we were in like high school, it was like the first place I ever got like a latte, a cappuccino. Remember that place? Was it called Joe's? What was it called?
I don't remember this.
Damn it. Akashi, remember?
Yeah.
It was a place called Joe's or something like that. Whatever. It's been a bunch of stuff. It's now Chugs. And
Chugs.
I've seen some pictures. I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen some pictures and it looks good.
That's a interesting name.
I think it's his nickname.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Good nickname.
Yeah. So that's my openings and closings for Miami.
Perfect.
What else?
Calendar. Or you want to talk more about
Openings and closings? I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Did I already mention Michelle Bernstein opened her new restaurant?
I don't know if you mentioned it last time.
I mentioned it probably the first time because if
Have
it's
you
finally
gone yet?
totally open, no, I haven't. Café La Trova. It's on 8th Street and 7th or something like that. On Calle Ocho and 7th. And I haven't been yet, but we got a good review in the New Times. But I think they give good reviews to everybody.
The New Times, it's like it gives you info and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
at least they tell you that
but
it
at least
opened.
they tell you stuff.
Yeah.
And I like it. I read it anyway. So whatever.
All right, let's move on to calendar.
Sure.
Get this going. Of course, Oh Miami Poetry Festival is still going. I still love it.
You do? You didn't change your mind in the last like 20 minutes?
I did not.
Oh, we have new people. Hey, Clau. I miss you. And one for all. No, one Rafael Barrios. Hi.
Hello.
I don't know who you are, but hello.
All right, so this week, right now, Atención hosts a... You like that, huh?
I do.
Atención, the
Inside
band,
joke, sorry.
hosts a Gramps happy hour every Wednesday with live music. It's happening right now, or it just finished. But I wanted to mention it because they're really cool, and the fact is that to get live music of local bands at a happy hour is kind of cool. We always complain about how bands start at like midnight, 1 o'clock, whatever.
Yes.
They're doing this every week, and they get local bands, and it starts at 6 p.m. at Gramps. And going to Gramps on a Wednesday, it's probably not that packed. The whole area is not that packed. It's still got the vibe. When I went on Monday, it was definitely a good vibe because nobody's in Wynwood, you know? And I assume Wednesday isn't that packed either. So check that out, Wednesdays. Cool happy hour Gramps. Thursdays in the afternoon is the Mercedes-Benz corporate run in downtown. I just want to let everybody know so that if
traffic,
if you're going to be driving around there, it's going to be a shit show.
Oh, that's what my friend told me. I invited her to do something tomorrow night, and she's like, my company signed me up for a run. And I was like, oh.
So, but then there's another thing going on tomorrow night.
Yes. You can tell me. I guess you can DM. This is Rafa. If you want to go. Is it Donzi?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Right. Yes. So my colleagues and I, placeholder, we organized this. We I don't know what we wanted to do. We really love Donzi, this band that plays all over Miami, and they tour sometimes outside of Miami. But Jenna is the lead singer. She's a performance artist. So we thought it'd be cool to do like a performance piece while the band plays, and suggested that she'd do a collaboration with Monica from the TM Sisters, and they agreed. And I think it's going to be really cool. It's going to be at Soho House tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Because Soho is private. If you want to go, just text Rafa or whoever from the show, and we'll put you on the list. Send us an email. It's at 8 o'clock. I think we'll start shortly after 8 o'clock. And DJ Brother Dan will be spinning some tunes.
All right. That should be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be cool.
And
really
interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
And a little change of pace by going to Soho House.
Yeah, right.
I mean, depending who you are.
Well, also, what I think is cool, extra cool, is to put this at Soho House and that they were open to it so that it's,
Yeah, different
crowd.
scene,
yeah,
different crowd.
Come on, let's do this.
At the Soho House crowd.
Exactly.
It's almost the crowd that their mission statement.
That was supposed to be. Exactly.
Mission statement of Soho House.
Exactly.
Wanted to have there. So
we
that's
have more visitors on here. So Billy the Mexi joined. Hi. Anyway.
So Anna's saying hi to everybody who joins us on the Instagram Live.
That's what you get if you join.
Okay, so
more calendar.
More calendar. I don't know what's going on Friday. Do you have anything for Friday?
The thing of Miami, I think is going to be cool. It's at the Wilsonian.
That's funny because I have a thing for
on Friday night. There's two things. There's one in Little Havana and one at the Wilsonian in Miami Beach.
Not the one I was thinking of, but okay. Good Miami event on Friday night at the Wilsonian, and go to omiami.org and check out the calendar.
We'll stop telling you about it. Yeah.
But it's funny because on Saturday, April 27th, this Saturday.
Oh, we have someone else here joining us, Dan Star. Is that I think that's Danny.
DB?
No, it's not Danny DB because he had a weird Instagram name. Danny. Hi. What's your? I know your last name. I know who it is. From the key. Estrella, exactly. Which makes sense with Dan Star. I like it. What's up, Danny? How are you? I like it. Anyway, sorry. We'll keep going with calendars. I get really excited when people join.
Yeah, this is a new experience.
A new segment?
No. Does anybody have any questions? If you're listening live, you can put it in the Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Or you can, text us, 305-523-9446. And, So anyway. So, Saturday, Poster Fest at Wilsonian at 2 p.m.
Oh,
you design posters. You riff off their immense collection of posters.
Cool.
And
they have a really nice collection.
Yeah, and that starts at 2 p.m.
Also at 2 p.m. on Saturday at PAMM, there's a lecture about Carrie James Marshall by some lady from the Met.
I saw that, and did you get the email?
No.
Oh, okay, so I got the email.
I got the email, but I read it, and I don't. What's the funny part about it?
The funny part is that they had to put in big, bold
Carrie James Marshall's not going to be there?
Yeah.
That's funny, but that's only for rookies who don't actually read the thing anyway.
Yeah, I get it.
Come on.
Nobody reads anything, so.
I read shit.
It's like, what? Carrie James Marshall's going to be there? No, he's not.
But that's fine. Some educator from the Met is going to be there.
What's not fine is lectures at 2 on a Saturday. It's hard for me.
I mean, in the winter, I don't mind it, but now that it's sunny again and hot for me to go to the beach, whack, Pam. Whack. I have to go to the beach at like 10 a.m., get a little color, and go sweaty to the Pam. Or go at 4 p.m. to the beach, whatever. But anyway,
all right. Yeah. A band called Turquoise.
From Brooklyn.
Yes. Spelled Turquaz. I think it's pronounced turquoise.
I think it's pronounced
turquoise.
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 I'm joking. I think it's pronounced turquoise. I actually don't know. But my friend that I told you that's running the corporate run invited me to that.
Oh.
But I'm busy watching Los Cafres, this Argentinian cool band.
Oh.
Yeah. At Mana Contemporary.
Cool.
Yeah. Carlos Martinez invited me, and I'm excited.
So, Brooklyn funk band, and they're going to be playing at the band shell on Saturday night.
I went to the band shell 2 weeks ago for an event, and it's always a good time there. What?
Look what I have here on the next one. This is an outlier that I just saw, and I put it on here. Not because I think you should go or anybody should go, but I thought it was funny. On Sunday, at the Fillmore, Emotion Heap.
No way!
Yeah.
Imogen Heap?
Yeah.
On Sunday? How did I miss this?
Where are we?
Going.
Yeah.
That's That's really funny. Did I ever play it for you in the car? Is that why you're laughing at me?
No.
Did I have that intense breakdown with you in the car? Or no? Who was it? Someone was in the car with me when I had a freaking breakdown with that song.
It was a thing like 10 years ago. And
it was because we would sit in college doing stuff and listening to Imogen Heap. Like on the floor of my friend's house. It was great. We have more people. Oh, it's still Billy the Maxi talking.
Imogen Heap at the Fillmore on April 28th, this Sunday. And
let's do this. Let's go.
Maybe.
I'll think about my college friends.
So next week on Tuesday, April 30th, it's the last day of the O Miami Festival. And at 13:06 at 6 p.m., Songs for Poets. They're going to collaborate, poets and music. Nick County and Ollie will be playing, and it should be interesting. It's the last one, so get out there, say your goodbyes to this festival, which I have been hyping everywhere I go because I love it.
Question.
Yes.
Now that you're mentioning Nick County, have they done the Tiny Desk series thing? Like, have they continued it?
So
I haven't been following it.
I am subscribed, and I haven't seen anything, but I haven't checked it this week. So
it's not Tiny Desk. What is it?
It's called the Florida Room.
The Florida Room. That's right.
We've
talked about it on the show.
Yeah, but let me just refresh the viewers just one second. It's called the Florida Room. You can find it on YouTube and Instagram, and it's kind of like Tiny Desk NPR or like KEXP Seattle's, where they bring in a band and they have them play in a studio. But this is our own Miami one, and they are going to get bands that are touring and local bands, and they'll have them play a little session here in Miami with that Miami vibe, and it's really cool. Check that out.
I need to,
And then finally, next week, Friday through Sunday, as I mentioned before, the Yard is ending, Wynwood Yard, and it's Yard Fest. Bunch of bands, music, food, drinks, of course, and that's Friday through Sunday, May 3rd to May 6th next week. Go to that if you are a big fan of the Yard. Say your goodbyes.
Bye, Dellable. I love you.
You have anything else to say? You want to comment on? Did anybody write anything that you want to talk about?
I wish they wrote more.
More questions, more things.
No, they agreed with us on the why is there a museum lecture at 2 p.m.
All right, well, that's the show. Thank you for tuning in. I want to thank the panel for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me. And if you guys want to rate the shows of single guest panels from best to worst.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Damn it. Thanks for watching.
Oh.
Damn it.
Hold on. No, that's me.
I know. I hate when that happens. As a watcher, that happened to me too.
Oh, I can do it. I can make it work. Hold on.
Make it work. We lost our 3 viewers now.
Oh.
You know they're not going to be there anymore.
Okay, I'll get it going again.
Like
just for the end. Just for the end.
In a chat room and everybody leaves and you're there alone.
I don't think anybody knows what a chat room is anymore.
Yeah, they do. What was it? ASF? Or no, ASL. ASL. ASL.
And here we go.
Are we back?
Should be back.
Are we back? Yay, we're back, but we lost all our people.
Yeah.
I'm alone in the chat room. And the camera's not working. It's just a black screen.
It'll come on in a second. Well, it's the end of the show anyway.
Exactly.
I wanted to thank you for being here, Anna.
Yes. You're so welcome, Rafa.
I want to thank Jolt Radio for having us. And I want to tell everybody to go to nothingsgoingon.com, subscribe to the show, and subscribe on Instagram, Nothing's Going On, iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere else. We will be back in 2 weeks.
I won't be here.
Oh, you got your birthday travels. Awesome.
Pre-birthday. But I won't be here on the show.
It's all right. Totally fine.
Call in from New Orleans. I was joking about rating the shows, by the way. We're all friends and partners.
Should I read one more or no?
Oh, Lord. I don't think so.
Definitely not. Okay. Okay. That is the show.
You should do a whole show of you reading poetry.
That's the end of it. Okay. We'll check you out later. Keep listening to Jolt. Goodbye.